does
talking
link
about
up
for
play.
now, he's not amazing as a striker.
I think he is. If I'm to pick one of the best strikers in the Premier League right about now, I think Jackson.
Well,
will be
if
there.
match day 2 is upon us and it's time to talk about the upcoming games, but today it's going to be taking a different flow on set. Cerebrone is not here because last we heard Georgie Mamadashvili is on his way to Liverpool to to complete a deal, and I heard Cerebrone is among the guys that that are conflicting to make the deal happen. And the Judges of Sport is also not here because there's a big deal about to happen in the Nigerian football scene, and she's also among the agents discussing the deal. So that leaves me here with you, but there's someone else joining me, a very special guest here in our midst, an award-winning podcaster, football journalist with loads of experience to his belt. No one else than...
First thing first, I'm happy that people are beginning to beef the podcast.
IBK Were.
On serious, I'm IBK Sports.
Yeah, so welcome on set.
Kolade
You're actually our first guest here on set. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
I think I need a round of applause.
Need a round of
myself,
applause. I agree. So good to have you on here.
Always good,
unlike
always
the
good,
club
yeah.
you support are like clueless. We're happy that at least you know your football. You know
Do you
your
even know the
owners.
club I support?
Oh,
As well?
Barcelona now. Clueless club.
That was a throwback of me.
Okay, so what club do you support now?
I don't have any club now. I think it's more of me enjoying my weekends of football, trying to watch Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and the rest. But gone are the days where I'm invested in a lot of this watching Barcelona week in, week out. But they don't, bro. I'm probably richer than Barca at the moment.
I think I can agree with that. I mean, you guys are here to completely pay for Ferran Torres and other things. You guys are also selling food in parks.
It's
or
going
something
back to
like
City
that.
as well.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
One.
Speaking about the weekend, there are lots of exciting games to look forward to this weekend. Match day 1 started with a bang, and match day 2 promises to be even more interesting. But first off, we have an exciting game in the form of Villa Arsenal. Seasons ago, Villa Arsenal is a game that everybody would just overlook and say, well, Arsenal will just run over the Villans. But now, this game is something, it actually defined the title race last season because Arsenal lost to Villa home and away, and it affected Arsenal's title chances. So this game is something that Arsenal cannot underestimate. So what are your thoughts on this game?
Well, first thing first, Aston Villa already have a coach who understands Arsenal. He once coached Arsenal, and the last 3 meetings between Arsenal and Aston Villa has not gone in favor of Arsenal at all. So they know the fact that they are even going, to the Villa Park makes it more difficult. If it was at the Emirates, I would have said maybe there will be a chance of Arsenal nicking out a win in that one. But you are going to Villa Park. Don't forget, Aston Villa defeated West Ham at the start of the Premier League season last week as well. So it's a big one for Arsenal. Are they going to go all out against Aston Villa, or go for the maximum point, or will you be conservative and just take 1 point away from the Villa Park? I don't know what Arteta will bring to the table for. If I'm to predict that, Kolade, I think the best Arsenal can get away at Villa Park is a draw for me.
With Kai Havertz, no, that's impossible. I think the mistake Arteta made last season was he was trying to overthink things. In those 2 games where we lost to Villa, he played Havertz, the LCM, as an 8. Yeah. But now I think he should not change anything. He should not change what is working. Just leave Kai Havertz there up front. Leave the same formation we played in our opening day fixture.
Don't forget, Villa just signed Onana, a powerful midfielder.
Who's Onana? Who's that?
Compared to who you have in that Arsenal midfield.
I have General Rice. Rice and
Onana got them a goal last week.
General Rice and Sergeant Partey. Come on, there's no.
But I really don't think Arsenal will take a win.
We're taking a win.
It's a big mountain to climb.
I think both teams will definitely score, but Arsenal will get the win. I think so.
Both teams to score?
Yeah,
Arsenal
both teams to score, but Arsenal will get the win.
I'd rather go with a win or draw for Aston Villa. Yeah, a win or draw for Aston Villa.
Win or draw for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Now, over to Brighton and Manchester United. This is one fixture that has always delivered all the drama in recent time. There was even a time when both of them played that they called them after the final whistle to come back. There's always drama when Brighton take on Manchester United, and United started off with a win. Brighton also started off their campaign with a win as well. So, how is this match looking like for you?
Brighton, after losing Roberto De Zerbi, I think it was looking as if what was their season going to be like. They didn't end the season well last season. They looked like this is not the Brighton we always know, a very physical Brighton, always on the attacking side, end-to-end stuff when they play against any team. And playing against United, don't forget they've gotten results over United over and over again. So it's a fixture that I think it's more of United being scared than Brighton being scared, because they know that they have gotten better of United in recent years, and there's really nothing to worry about. Yeah, so the psychological edge is for Brighton, while the names, the big names, is for United. You have Garnacho, who's been fantastic since the start of the season. You've got is it Zexi, and I like the fact that it's a striker that plays more like hold up play, try to contribute to the attacking of the team and the rest, and it might be a very important figure against Brighton. But looking at it generally, I think Brighton should get a result against United. I don't see United winning in that one, Kolade. It might be both teams score, but one thing I can assure you is that United will not get a win against Brighton.
Genuinely, I don't even know how that game will go. I think both sides have equal chances to win, if you ask me. And
both teams score is quite safe.
Both teams have equal chances to win, but since Brighton are at home, I think they have just the slight edge there. So I'll just go with the goal market for that one.
Okay.
I'll just go with the goal market. But now let's talk about two sides that we really can't predict. We really don't know what to get when these two sides come to the pitch: Wolves and Chelsea, especially Chelsea. Because first of all, now we're mentioning Villas. Now we're mentioning names like Havertz, Zexi, and Co. Because we know these guys will start. Chelsea, you don't even know who's starting.
Who's starting? Yeah.
So what can you expect from Wolves, Chelsea?
Chelsea, I think against City, I think they were quite very decent, to be honest. I didn't expect that sort of result. I was thinking it was going to be a whitewash,
yeah.
To be honest. The fact that their preseason wasn't the way they wanted, they were here and there. They didn't really get the results, that fit the signings they've made so far, so good. But take nothing away from Enzo Maresca. He's a coach who also understands the role he's playing as Chelsea against Wolves. Wolves as well, they are not that, formidable side. They are not a side that you can always put your money on week in, week out. And I think for me, Chelsea, having the proper squad they have, knowing that you have someone like Nicholas Jackson, who has been fantastic for me, going forward.
Wait, please.
Going forward.
We know you are an award-winning podcaster, but please, what's this?
Kolade.
What do you mean Nicholas Jackson are fantastic?
Do you know why I always appreciate Jackson?
He's a striker. You can't appreciate him for hold up play.
No. Gone are the days where you look at Van Nistelrooy, you look at this Inzaghi,
you wanted to mention,
where you know that they are just goal poachers. Now Jackson contributes a lot to that Chelsea side, and I've always said that he's one of the most important figures for Chelsea. Last season, he scored about 15 Premier League goals or thereabout. So this is a striker that it gives you added advantage defensive wise, and also helps in building up play.
Yeah, there's also the striker that has been offside the most and has missed the most big chances.
Do you know? No, I think Haaland has missed the most big chances. I think you can check it.
But what's the conversion rate?
You can't compare.
Why can't you compare?
Now Haaland is obviously a better striker.
Did you see against Chelsea? Did you see the clear-cut chance he missed? Scored that goal and it changes the complexion of the game.
That's what I'm saying. That Jackson might be a wasteful striker, but he has a lot to his game. To be honest, I feel that Jackson will thrive more in a two-system striker where you have maybe 3-5-2, where you have a striker support. He will be more of a supporting striker who does the hold-up play.
Yeah, but we are talking about for now. He's not amazing as a striker.
I think he is. If I'm to pick one of the best strikers in the Premier League right about now, I think Jackson.
Well, if you say he's amazing and Chelsea went to the Conference League, more amazing stuff for him then.
But against Wolves,
if that's the definition of amazing,
against Wolves, my take should be I'd rather go with I think over 2.5 in that one. I think there will be goals.
And just quickly on Chelsea, there's a case of Chelsea fans clamoring for Enzo Fernandez to be dropped from their starting lineup, saying he doesn't really offer them a lot and they look much better without him. Do you agree with those sentiments?
I totally disagree, because I think the system is not favoring him. I watched Enzo Fernandez when he was at Benfica. I watched him when he won the World Cup with Argentina.
Look, you don't mention that. That one off.
Same Copa America. Did you follow it?
I followed him clearly. I followed him clearly.
I think Enzo is a type of player who wants freedom. As much as he wants to attack, he wants to defend. I think he's not a midfielder that you restrict to a particular position. I think he's more of the box-to-box midfielder, to be honest. You know, Enzo Fernandez adds a lot to the team. Passing-wise, you know, he makes a lot of this defense-splitting passes. He runs in. He runs into the defense. He knows how to hold up play. He knows how to send diagonal passes and the rest. Chelsea fans might not understand what he does for the team. Maybe I would argue that maybe they should drop him and see how important he is for Chelsea. They did
drop him, not like deliberately. Towards the end of last season, he was injured and he didn't play, and they looked more better and they won most of their games and finished 6th.
That was because there was no pressure anymore. Kolade, I can assure you that there was no pressure anymore.
Well, I would like to say that was because.
But, so you rather have only Caicedo running up the midfield?
I'll have Caicedo and Lavia in the pivot, and I'll put Cole Palmer centrally.
That's a big.
That's where Palmer thrives. Palmer thrives more centrally. Palmer thrives more centrally. We saw Lavia against City. Palmer thrives more centrally. I would gladly drop Enzo.
Palmer last season was more of a utility player. Let's put it that way.
But he thrived centrally, driving into the center,
driving into the center, supporting the attacker and the rest. Yes, fine. But I can assure you that Enzo Fernandez adds stability to that midfield, whether I like it or not. It looks like the player that is more calm. It looks like the player that has more understanding and more experience of the game. It is very obvious. So dropping him or benching him might be rather unfortunate for Chelsea, who are trying to get results. But if you want to try out how important he is, Enzo Maresca, please bench him and see how Chelsea fans start crying. I can assure you that.
Okay, well, that's out for debate, yeah. But let's move on to Liverpool now. Like, we're talking about clubs making signings all over the place. Liverpool were the only side that failed to make a permanent signing. Although now there are, reports are saying they are closing in on, the goalkeeper, Mamadashvili. That name is, I always have to calm down to pronounce that name. That's why Cerebone is actually not here. He has gone to, finalize that deal.
I'm sure he's going to let me by the time
deal. But even if they complete that signing, it's still going to remain at Valencia on loan for 1 season and join next summer. So do you think Ancelotti can compete with the likes of City and Arsenal with no new signings in this?
Well, Kolade, there's what we call spine of a team. Any football club in the world, there's what we call spine, and that spine, more like you're looking at the field and from the attack to the midfield to the defense. Who are these guys? You get players in each position and how good they are. Now let's start off with Liverpool's attack. They've got Mohamed Salah, who still, very important. Now let's go to the midfield. I think McAllister has been fantastic for them since they came, and maybe Szoboszlai. But I'm just talking about the spine, each player for each position. Why for the defense they've still got Van Dijk. Even for the goalkeeping position, they have one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Was Alisson. So I think for me, when you have spine of the team, when there's really no retrogression from them, when you've seen that these players are still giving you what they've been doing over the years, and you have players who can always come in to make a difference. Avi Elliott is there, Cody Gakpo is there. These are players that even Tsimikas as well. I think he's not really as bad as what I think people call him as. But generally, Liverpool, they really don't have any reason to sign a player because there is maybe a defensive midfielder would have done it, but they've got Endo
and they've got Gravenberch.
You get so, but if they had signed Zubimendi, it would have been the best, transfer window for them because that would have been a perfect squad. That would have been a perfect squad. But I still think that maybe in future they might get a better number 4. But trust me, the fact that Liverpool did not sign any player does not mean that they will not compete on all front. In fact, I'm even more scared because they are going with players who have got the experience, who have done this over and over again. Don't forget, the only team that's been able to push, Pep Guardiola over the years, and the one title over Pep Guardiola, apart from his first season at City, has been Liverpool. So I'm sure Liverpool, any day, anytime, they are a team that would always challenge for the title, whether they sign a player or not.
That makes sense. And just to add to what you said, to those that don't know, I think Slot is also unlucky to be coming at a time where 3 of the players we just mentioned, Mohamed Salah, Trent, Van Dijk, they are in the final year of their contract. So it becomes a situation where they have to know what will happen to these players before they sign before they sign new players, because if you are going to put someone like a Mohamed Salah or a Virgil van Dijk on a new contract, now the decision is, are we going to give him an improved contract considering his age and what?
No, sorry, can I quickly come in?
Yeah.
Salah, I don't think Salah would be looking at an improved contract now, because normally when the player is over 30,
yeah, that's the point.
Contract,
that's the point. So if he's not going to be looking at an improved contract, that means, are they going to lose him for free?
I think he will stay.
You think he will stay?
I think he will stay and sign. I
personally don't see him staying. I see him going to Saudi or something. He has achieved everything he needs to in Liverpool. One more.
But he can't go for a free.
Then what will happen?
He can't. That's what I'm telling you. That I think he will sign.
Saudi will just pay some ridiculous amount.
Maybe 2 years contract. So
that another club will sign him or what?
No, just for Liverpool to get money that they deserve for Salah. Not like Kylian Mbappe. What Mbappe did for PSG.
This is the fact here. Aside Saudi, I don't see any other club paying that amount for Salah anymore. Aside Saudi,
but do you still think Saudi are actually still very much interested?
Go on there to be the face of Saudi.
But they will not bring that 100 like they did last season.
I think they would. Salah has that. He commands that aura. He will go on to be.
Maybe religious wise, yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah, like he will go on to be the face of the Saudi league.
Where Ronaldo is.
Ronaldo will be gone by then. Who's that? Okay, no disrespect to Ronaldo anyways, but yeah. So moving on from Liverpool, let's go on to a manager that made a bold claim. Ange Postecoglou, Tottenham boss, said, in my second season I always win stuff. And now let's relate that to the Premier League. He's literally saying that Tottenham are one of the favorites to win the Premier League this season, and he can win it. Do you agree with that statement?
In all fairness, I think, like the usual Nigerian will say, maybe Baba don't go lose guard again. Maybe maybe don't forget club in the coach. Pep. I said Pep. Mourinho said same thing. Conte said same thing, and
Tuchel said.
In fact, Tuchel said a lot of these coaches who have been able to coach Spurs at a point in their career have said these things, and it didn't work out that way. I would say that when you still have Daniel Levy as the owner of the club, I think you should not lose guard, because in the end, there's always this thing about Tottenham and their players. I don't know, maybe it's mentality-wise that the way it seems the religion there is not to win trophies. I'm sorry to say for Postecoglou, they started well last season. Injuries was the undoing for him, but if he can keep all his players, he might compete. But winning the Premier League is way overboard for Tottenham this time around.
I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying this as an Arsenal fan, but there are lots of better sides.
Definitely.
And I don't just think they can win it. If City do not win it, we all know the obvious winner. I'm not going to say the club, but if City
Arsenal,
do not,
right?
if City do not win it, we know the club that will win. But anyways, away from Postecoglou, let's go now to Matchday 2 as a whole. From a Premier League perspective, for the first game week, it was goals that reigned, and that looked to be the betting market that was profitable the most. What are the betting opportunities for this weekend? Are you looking towards maybe handicaps, the goal market, straight wins, or what approach are you looking at in general?
I think now the teams are settled. I think the players are settled. The first game of the season comes with a lot of anxiety. Yeah. We are not really sure of what these teams can bring and the rest. But I think if you ask any coach now, they probably know what Brighton did last week. They probably know what how they can approach their game and the rest. So if you go for goals market again, it might not work out this week. I think it's more of you being affirmative with maybe less goals and maybe win or draw. Like I said, double chance. I might go with less goals, double chance. Although I'm not a fan of doing on that something because it's too risky. But I would rather go with maybe home teams not losing.
Yeah, that makes
maybe
sense.
Strong home teams, not like Ipswich again. Let's say Ipswich is play at home to Master House. No. But one thing is certain, I think I'd rather go for a win or a draw this time compared to goals market.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. For me, I'll be going with the handicap market because I think we'll be seeing tight fixtures now moving forward. I think the top side will still win, but we will not be seeing those margins that we expect.
Exactly.
So for me, I'll be going through the handicap market and I'll be looking to explore that. I mean, going into other leagues, we saw what happened, but like with the Premier League, I think it will be much, much closer than people expect, and we'll see just how that turns out to be.
Yeah.
So that's all we have time for you in this video. It's been an amazing time with you, IBK Sports, and we hope to see more of you in the coming season.
Always a pleasure.
It was a swell time. And to our viewers out there, let us know what you think about what we've talked about. Can Tottenham actually win? Are they favorites to win the Premier League? What would Arsenal do in the second match day week? And Brighton and Manchester United, what can we expect? And should Chelsea drop Enzo Fernandez? Let us know in the comment section below. And most importantly, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you've not done that already. We are looking forward to seeing your comments. And most importantly, which betting market will you be exploiting for the Premier League match day 2? We're looking to hear from you. Until we catch you next time, stay cool.